What's up, guys? It's me again, the me you don't know, but that shouldn't matter for you to enjoy good stories. So let's get on with the show now, shall we? But before that, let's shout out these amazing people with these amazing comments. This one from Invisible Cat Studios says Deku's dad vigilante name should be Ace with the quirk copy and give quirks. It's like all for one, but a copy quirk. So I say that problem with this quirk is that I have a similar quirk idea that I'm going to be giving to someone else. So sorry, I can't. I don't want like overlapping quirks, if you know what I mean. But great quirk idea. I have a similar quirk I'll be giving to someone else. So unfortunately, I can't use this. But thank you. And Goblin Slayer here says, give Hasashi the quirk Black Fire Breath, and his vigilante name would be Black Flamethrower. Oh, I don't know about that vigilante name because I'm pretty sure I'm going to forget it. But that's a great quirk. I might just use the name Invisible Cat gave me. Name him Ace. Yeah, that could work. That way I could use both your comments. Get Ace from Invisible Cat and the quirk from Goblin Slayer. Black Fire Breath. Great. Alright, so thank you guys, and let's get on with the show now. Alright, so last we left off, Deku was experimenting with his quirk at Dagobah Beach, and he was stitching things to things. I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, that's what he was doing, really. How old was he? He was 4, right? Yeah, he was just abandoned by twice, and that's when Deku unlocked his quirk and caused a bunch of destruction, and somehow ended up on the beach of on Dagobah Beach, where all that trash was, and he experimented with his quirk, trying to get a handle of it. As, as the only quirk he has right now is the overhaul. He doesn't have the transforming part yet, or the Phoenix quirk. Uh, yeah, how he's only 4, so right now it's only like one part of his power. So actually, no, never mind. So, anyways, how do I continue from here? I said Deku made him a little house, kind of like a dog house. I said, right? Yeah, just somewhere for him to sleep. Anyway, um, it's not too big. It's not very noticeable. Like, barely any people go to that beach because it's filled with trash. And Deku definitely didn't clean it all up just then and there. I mean, like, he stitched some of it together, but I mean, like, it still occupies the same space. But, but that's pretty much all he did. As he did figure out how to get the stuff off of him, as he was stitching things to himself too, and he was struggling to get it off, but he figured it out. As that, it was just one day of experimenting. Not much is going to happen then, but he did make a house. A small house. A dog house. Anyways, let's carry on. In fact, I'm going to do a time skip to when Deku is 8. So a 4 year time skip, and Deku is 8. Is he made his house a bit bigger because he got a little taller. So yeah, hold on. And 1 second. Okay, I'm back. And at this time, around this age, I'm gonna say he unlocked his transform ability. And the way I'm imagining it is like a Beast Boy, except his skin isn't green with the quirk of overhaul. So that's the way I'm thinking about it. And I'm gonna say at this point, he can only turn into like a cat because he doesn't really know any other animals. He except birds, but yeah, I'm gonna say he can turn into some birds too. But I'm gonna say the only animal he like actually interacted with was a cat, and he transformed into it. And and he was unable to like choose any colors. Like, like I'm explaining this so wrong. Like the like when he transformed into animals, it's just gonna be like completely black. So like if he was to turn into like a seagull, it'd be a black seagull. It wouldn't be white. It'd be black. It's like it's like that's what his quirks and if uh, that's how his quirk works. It's all about darkness and blackness. You know, it's dark. So Deku just transforms into black animals. It just sounds wrong when I say it. But anyways, carrying on. So Deku he figured out how to get free food by just being like acting like a helpless animal. So like he would go into town as this black cat and people would give him food. And like that's how Deku choose to live. Like that's how Deku survived somewhat. No, I am explaining this so wrong. Because when he was 4, it was. No, I'm not going to try to explain that. Okay, never mind then. So Deku's 8, right? He can transform into a cat now. That's about all. Alright, he goes into town as a cat. He doesn't show anyone that he's like a human. Like he hides who he really is. So he turns himself into a cat so no one knows who he is. And no one can tell him what to do because he's a cat. And stray animals exist, so no one's going to try to like catch him or anything, especially when he starts stealing. You know, ugh, I shouldn't have did that. Oh, this is terrible. Oh, my mind has gone blank. So, this one time when Deck was strolling around the city as a cat, he goes into this alleyway after stealing a bit of fish, and he gone into that alleyway to eat it. But he walked onto this scene, and it was a bit unexpected. He saw a few kids bullying someone, and Deku, he's just like he's like on top of this dumpster, just laying down watching them as he still just has this fish in his mouth. As he's not about to de-transform, like he doesn't want to be seen, not until he gets back to his little beach house. Um, but he's just going to sit there and watch this little scene unfold as the, these kids, I'm gonna say it's Bakugo and his goons, and they're picking on, hmm, this might affect the story. I don't know who. I don't want to do this anymore. This might change. No, screw it. I'm doing it. Is they're picking on Toga? Yeah, because they're all thinking like her quirk is villainous, and like they're thinking like without ingesting someone's blood, she's practically quirkless, and so and then they're thinking like how is she going to get any blood from them if she's like a weakling, and so like because at this age I say she wasn't like she was just like a normal person. She was basically like Deku, basically the way they bullied him. They're going to bully Toga now. I'm gonna say Toga replaces Deku in this scene. Like like Bakugo and Toga were like childhood friends, and now Bakugo's bullying Toga. This is so messed up. But Toga still gonna be our Toga. She's still gonna be who she is in the anime. Not changing that. I'm just changing how she became that way. You know. And so Bakugo basically just like beats up Toga with his goons, and they leave her there in that alleyway, all busted up and injured. And Deku was there just watching it all happen. As you can see, Deku ain't no hero, but Deku was curious enough to see if she was dead or not. And I'm gonna say this is when Toga picked up her twisted personality, and so like she was crying when they like beat her up, but she had stopped crying. That's what got Deku's attention, cause he like thought she might have died, cause she stopped making noise. But no, she was there. She's not knocked out. She was awake. She just couldn't move at the moment for a couple minutes. But she was conscious. She was just cursing Bakugo silently. And that's when Deku came up with the fish in his mouth. Still got that fish in his mouth. And he's still a cat. And he just like started to nudge Toga. And that's when she just like jolted up. And Deku took off running like any like a normal cat would, as he got like that animal personality, cautious. He's cautious. He don't know if this person would attack him or not, cause he know how some people can be. I excuse me. He just wanted to know if she was alive or not. I he didn't like run completely away. Like he just like kept his distance. He got a bit away from her. And she's like up now. Uh, like like she got up and leaned against the wall, and it was a bit of a surprise to Deku to see her just move and get up that quickly, and it kind of scared Deku a bit. And Deku is like just staring at her, and then what he does is he walks up to her, drops the fish like a foot away, and then takes off. And I must say that nah, I'm not doing that. That's just going to be a little meeting Deku and Toga had, except Toga thinks that Deku was just a random cat, but she she ate the fish. It was freshly cooked. He stole it from like a vendor or somewhere. But he did drop it on the ground though. But she still ate it. 'Cause, she was hungry. And would you refuse food when you barely have any energy to stand up, even if it was from a cat? I mean, like, um, Deku's gonna remember her, and they're gonna meet sometime later. And no, actually, I'm gonna say they met a couple of times, but Deku is just like a cat, and like she would just see him like on top of fences and stuff, and like just like watching her pretty much. Is like each time she saw this black cat, it's after like she attacked someone. It's these attacks happen like every other month. It's like either she attacked someone or they attacked her and she just defended herself. So like that Toga became quite a badass at the age of 8, and she wasn't playing no games. It's kind of like how you know uh, you guys seen Attack on Titans, right? It's kind of like how M- Mikasa, I can't say her name. Mikasa. I can't say it. It's kind of like how she was when Eren saved her and told her to fight, and she just became strong out of nowhere. That's kind of how Toga was, and she self-taught. Like earlier, she may have been like shy and timid, cause people kept calling her a villain because of her quirk, and she ain't want to talk to no one, and so like, but she was training secretly, but she was too shy to actually put her training into motion. So like after she got beat up by Bakugo that one night, her personality changed and she became more confident in herself. And so she started using the skills she had. I'm not going to explain every event that happened after Deku's and Toga's first meeting. I'm just going to let you know that they met quite a few times. Well, not exactly met because like they don't talk to each other, but they see each other. Like they make eye contact while Deku is a cat. Okay, and like Toga totally sees Deku as like this this animal that just watches her, and like she doesn't know why. This cat just watches her. Like, honestly, Deku's just interested. And like when he gets back to his little house, he copies her movements. And like he's basically learning how to fight by watching her. It's like when he gets back to his little beach house, he like trains himself and his overhaul quirk. As couple years pass, and that's when he meets Toga for the officially for the first time. As she got better at erasing her presence, and she followed Deku to his little beach house. As surprising as it is, no one has found him yet. And like for some reason, people just don't like looking around. They just dump their stuff and walk away. And they don't see this like little hut. It's like a little hut now on the beach. It's about as big as those bathrooms you see at the beaches. So like I guess people can overlook that, uh, especially since there is a bunch of trash there as well. As Dagu, he sees that no one's going there because there is all this trash. But enough explaining that. Toga followed Deku to his little beach hut made of trash. But and she saw that this little cat turned into a human, a little kid about the same age as her. How old would they be at this point? I'd say around 11. Yeah, that seems about right. So, uh, and I'm gonna say this is when Deku also got that Black Phoenix quirk. As the way I'm going to put it is that when is that instead of his quirk being sentient, it's going to be like a split personality, as it can use black flames and like he can only use either the overhaul and transforming part of his quirk, or the black fire, the black flame, the black I can't even say it. That side of his quirk with the black fire. So like his other personality would take over and use the black fire, and then his original personality would use the overhaul and transforming part. It's only when both personalities are like they have like the same thoughts and emotion is when they can use all the quirks together. It's like they I can't really say they don't see eye to eye because they don't communicate at all, but they kind of think differently and have different personalities. So they won't always share the same like emotion to be able to share the same body, to be able to use max strength. Yeah, yeah, all his quirks that he has. Just three of them, right? Yeah, Black Fire, Overhaul, and Transform. So yeah, his his other personality can fly, and we're going to call that other personality Black Phoenix, or just Phoenix, because I'm not about to do any. And it's original. It's going to be Deku. Okay, great, great. So Black Phoenix can like fly with with the fire, with the black fire. It can like sprout black wings, and it can just fly like that. But Deku isn't going to know that he has a split personality. Not until he meets a certain someone that tells him exactly what his quirk is, and that's how Deku's going to find out, and that's not going to happen till like eight. I don't know. It's going to be a few years for Deku. It's going to be like 3 4 parts here. Depends on how slow I make this. What if, It's been 26 minutes and I barely explained a thing. Like a few minutes ago, I said Deku met Toga. What happened there? I just said he unlocked his quirk. That's all. His split personality. As yeah, Toga kind of surprised Deku when she had just like suddenly like hugged him for no reason at all. Like like she always saw this cat following her, and like she kind of like I don't know how to explain it. She liked that someone was looking out for her, even though he really wasn't. He was just watching her. But you know, viewpoints aren't always the same. As she thought Deku would like save her if she was ever in any real danger. But she only saw him as just like an animal. But now that she sees that he's like actually a person, she feels the need to thank him for some reason. So, and that's what she does. I'm not very good at conversation, so I'm going to skip this little scene here to when um, they form a sort of team, like their little group is that they do solo, they do go alone most of the time, but sometimes they would like stick together because Deku's a thief and Toga is a thief as well, but she kills her victims. But Deku mainly just steals food, and Toga she takes whatever she takes whatever. Yes, she 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 kills a person and then like takes everything they own, and that's how she's been getting by. And she doesn't do it every day, but cause like the thing she's done is recorded, but not recorded as in like video surveillance, but as in like it's written on paper. Like there's some murderer going around, and like it doesn't happen too often, and there's barely any clues to go off of. But people go missing, and they put a name out. Like they don't know if it's multiple people or just one. But none of them will be linked back to Toga, that's for sure. uh, I don't know much to add to this. I might just skip to when they're 15. No, not yet. Actually, I'm gonna end it off here. So, yeah. How old are they now? They're 11. No, they're no, they'd be about 12. They met at 11, and they've been working together for a year now, I guess. So they're 12. So, and Deku has all his quirks now. So, and I changed up Black Phoenix to be more of a split personality instead of like a sentient quirk. So, yeah, I see you all in the next one. Like if you like, subscribe if you wanna, and comment down below if you enjoyed or not. This has been terrible, and I'm out. Bye.